What's up, guys? This is Cassie SB, and welcome to a new series I'm starting called, I think I'm going to call it Superstar Profiles, where I go through, or I'll start with NXT Superstar Profiles, is what I'm going to do. And I'll get the profiles in and do a video like this every Friday. Is what I'm going to do this every Friday. Today we start with Tye Dillinger. If you don't know, Tye Dillinger is he's one of the he's one of the squash guys, really. He was a squash guy for Apollo Crews when he made his debut at NXT Takeover Brooklyn. He he's basically been doing that for some time now. But there's people have had a little problem with Tye Dillinger because he uses a perfect 10 persona, one similar to Mr. Perfect, which I didn't care as much for, but it's some people have an issue with it. He trained with Eric Young at the WrestlePlex school before receiving further training from Derek Wilde and Cody Deaner. If you remember, Cody Deaner was ODB's boyfriend in TNA before Eric Young. Upon wrestling, his debut was in March 2002 as Shawn Spears, as he began wrestling for some of the biggest independent wrestling promotions throughout Ontario, Canada, and the United States, including Border City Wrestling, World Extreme, Blood, Sweat, and Ears, all the big indie organizations. No, I don't think he was in ROH. I don't think he was in New Japan or anything like that, but some of the bigger ones. In February 2005, he made an appearance on an edition of WWE Heat in a tag team match against Rosie and the Hurricane. If you remember, Rosie was, I don't remember the name of the group off the top of hand. Let's see if I can remember it. I think it was, it had a number and it was like, was it 2 minute warning? 2 minute warning? I don't know. Somebody put in the comments in, call it or correct me on that one, because I'm not for sure. But Rosie was Umaga in the 2 minute warning. After sending a tape to WWE officials, he was called for a tryout in Buffalo, and then he was signed to a developmental contract by WWE following the tryout in January 2006. Now, after he signed his WWE contract, he was assigned to the company's then developmental territory, which is Ohio Valley Wrestling. He made the debut as the Canadian sensation Shawn Spears, where he defeated then SmackDown superstar Simon Dean. If you remember Simon Dean, he was the big guy in all these squash matches on Heat and SmackDown. After his victory, Dean attacked Spears until Spears was saved by Al Snow. And then after his debut, Spears quickly made an impact. He had a very short undefeated streak, but was soon ended by Aaron Stevens. After that, I think Spears formed a tag team with Cody Rhodes, I think. And then they feuded with the Throwbacks for the Southern Tag Team Championships. And in December 2006, they won the title from the Throwbacks. He went on to be in WWE until 2009, in ECW. In 2009, I think his name there was, what was his name there? I think it was his last name was still Spears. I don't remember what his name was. Was it Gavin Spears? Was that his name? I don't know, but he was in ECW for about a year. Um, but in January 19th, 2009, he was released from his contract. He then went into an independent circuit. In 2009, he wrestled and lost to fellow WWE alumni Elijah Burke, now the Pope, in a tryout dark match for TNA Wrestling at their Impact Television tapings. He wrestled one Ring of Honor show, where he defeated Alex Payne, and I think it was August 15th, 2009. He teamed up with Idol Stevens, who had beat him before for the for the WWC. I think that's what they were called. WWC World Tag Team Championships after defeating Thunder and Lightning. And then they lost it on October 31st. And then we do a return to NXT. At this point, it moved from Ohio to Florida. September 15th, he re-signed with WWE. He was assigned to NXT under Tye Dillinger. He made his televised NXT debut in a losing effort, though, against Mojo Rawley. And then on January 9th, 2014, Dillinger wrestled CJ Parker in a losing effort. Dillinger then formed a tag team with Jason Jordan, with the two described as a pair of blue chip athletes. And then on August 7th, they lost the first round of the NXT Tag Team Championship Tournament to Enzo and Big Cass. They later broke up. On the August 12th, 2015 episode, NXT, Dillinger debuted the gimmick we know as the Perfect 10, and he defeated Solomon Crowe at NXT TakeOver. And then at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, obviously, he faced Apollo Crews in a losing effort, like we said. His finishing moves is a running death by a driver, though it's not anymore. I know I watched the NXT that was last night, 2 nights ago. I watched NXT, and he had that. He puts them on their knees, takes down his. If you've ever seen Zack Ryder's move, I don't remember what it's called, but he'll put his bare knee on the guy's head and then twist and fall back. It was that kind of finisher. But so that was Tye Dillinger on Superstar Profiles, and we hope to get a push because Tye Dillinger is a great athlete. He needs a push. I think he'll eventually be up on the main roster. Eventually, I don't know when that'll be, but at some point it's gonna happen. And yeah, so that was a Superstar Profile for Tye Dillinger / Shawn Spears / Gavin Spears. Learned something new though. I did not know that he was in ECW. I knew he was in WWE, but I did not know he was in ECW. Maybe the network has that match with him and against Rosie and the Hurricane. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I'll check that out later. So that was Tye Dillinger. Next week, we're gonna do Solomon Crowe next Friday. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep calm and wrestle on.